amount of money, no amount of love, no amount of anything will make you feel good if you are not at peace with yourself.
You just have to understand कि उसकी power क्या है, क्योंकि एक बार आपने experience कर लिया ना, you would not leave it ever. Forgiveness, I think, is the biggest superpower a human being can have. Hi everyone, welcome back to Listen Up with Simran and Isha, where we dive into real conversations about life, personal growth, and everything in between. Today, we have an exciting episode lined up for you, so turn up the volume and listen up.
Hi everyone, welcome back to today's episode of Listen Up with Sim and Isha. We're talking all about stepping into our peaceful girl era. I think the older you get, the more you want peace more than anything. Like when you're younger, you want success, you want fame, you want love, you want, all these things. I'm not saying I don't want it still, but like I think most important is peace. Because if you are not at balance with yourself, your entire system can just feel out of it. No amount of money, no amount of love, no amount of anything will make you feel good if you are not at peace with yourself. At least I feel that. No, definitely, I agree with you. Even as we are growing up, there are so many things that disturb us. So many things happen around us that are not just that are not they're not very good. Okay? And you're not personally involved in any of it, but you just get disturbed. And I think it's very important for every individual out there to understand where is your peace? What activities or what practices you can add into your life that help you enter that peaceful age of your life. That could be an era for you, like we're talking about, like we want to be in that peaceful girl era right now. Yeah. It could be any day in the moment where you feel like I just want to feel peaceful. So you should know. You should be aware, where that peace lies for you. So I think, yeah, I agree with you. Everybody needs to understand. And as I'm growing up, the need to be validated and everything has become so much an overwhelming at a point. I was like, yaar, where is the peace? I feel I lose myself sometimes and I need to go back and find myself again and again. So yeah, I think I understand where you're coming from and I know this is very, very crucial now. Big part of my life, big part of your life. And we were talking just before we started this episode, the biggest thing that we both follow for this is meditation, right? Yeah. Like meditation is a big part of our lives and we have a routine for ourselves. What kind of meditations do you like and what do you listen to mostly? So I usually, like when I was younger, I started with guided meditations because when you are just getting into meditation, I'm an overthinker. It's very difficult for me to sit for 15 minutes with just music because my mind will just keep going somewhere or the other. I just know that. So I started with simple yoga type or guided meditations, which somebody was talking and guiding me through what to do. And now I'm at a point where I do a mix of that with a mix of, we have the sound healing and Tibetan music, and then you have high frequency vibrational music, which is for healing or for going to sleep or even sleep hypnosis. So I'm into a lot of different things now, but I think when I was younger, that's how I started, and that's what I recommend to a lot of people as well. I get a lot of people on my page come and tell me that, oh, I feel stressed, I feel nervous, I feel this, I feel that, I can't sleep at night. And I'm just like, dude, did you meditate? And 9 out of 10 times are they like, nope, what is that? No, it's free. It's absolutely costs nothing. Your health will never be affected, but you rather pop a sleeping pill or do something I don't know, something else like drink or something to put yourself at ease rather than actually, meditate. And I feel like that's a big one everyone can, do for themselves. Add on to it. I know exactly. You're into I'm big time into yes, definitely. And again, I started with guided meditation myself. But dhire dhire I've started learning meditation, different types of meditation. And one meditation that works very well for me is the inner child meditation. So it's a guided meditation again, but then it focuses on the inner child in you. And I think that helps me deal with a lot of triggers that have built over the last 25 years of my life, and then I start to understand, unravel them. So it's a very nice process. It's very healing for me. I feel very nice after that meditation. There's one more that I really like. It's about all the chakras in the body. So you have to align all your chakras and center yourself. So I really like those kind of meditations. Sometimes it's with music, sometimes it's with guidance. So everything is available on YouTube. I think meditation जो actually अपनी life में डालना चाहता है, it's one of the most accessible thing right now. There are so many resources available. You just have to understand कि उसकी power क्या है. क्योंकि एक बार आपने experience कर लिया ना, you would not leave it ever. Once you've experienced the power, what changes in your life, you would not leave it. I can hands down it. But you have to, like you said, like you have to really try for yourself, because
Yes.
we can tell you all of that, but the thing is we can give you all this till you don't decide that you
Decide to do
want to
it.
start being peaceful more, you want more balance in your life, you're tired of living in the extreme, either extremely sad, extremely happy. This is the, our generations grow up with this extremism of our, moods, and we are all over the place sometimes. And I think meditation is something which can really help you find your inner voice. We look for answers in other people, but people are not answers. They are only more questions. The real answer is inside you. But you have to shut up and listen. You have
Exactly.
to
You
shut
have
up
to
and listen.
accept yourself. Very
Exactly.
easily. जैसे आप हो, उसको accept करो. Very recently, I finished this book, Palace of Illusions. Everybody must have heard about it.
Oh,
Draupadi's
yeah.
story. So a
Yeah.
little controversial notes in the book. I feel that, but still, what I felt with the women, the power I felt with the book was she accepted herself with her flaws, and that is, I think, a big part of being peaceful. She was not flawless, and she did not ever come out and say that I'm flawless or I want to be, because all the time in our head we are trying to become this perfect version, which is unachievable, unattainable. But the thing is that you have to understand that you have to accept every part of you, and sometimes even forgive the parts about you that are not very good, right? About yourself, about others. You just have to learn that, because I think peaceful होने के लिए, अंदर से genuinely peace feel करने के लिए, acceptance is a big part. It's a big part of the journey. And so is forgiveness. Not just others, but yourself. Forgiving yourself for your past mistakes, forgiving others for whatever might have happened. अपनी resentment को छोड़ना, anger को छोड़ना. मैंने कहीं पढ़ा था सिमरन कि हमारी बॉडी में ये जो सारे हॉरिबल इमोशंस होते हैं, जैसे गुस्सा, सैडनेस, रिजेंटमेंट, रिवेंज, ये हमारी बॉडी में धीरे धीरे मैनिफेस्ट हो जाते हैं. And it causes the pains and aches in the body, like over the years. इतना manifest कर लेते हो आप इस चीज को कि आपकी बॉडी के अंदर जो पेन्स हो रही होती हैं वो genuinely आपके माइंड की क्रिएटेड होती हैं, बिकॉज आप इन फीलिंग्स को नहीं छोड़ पा रहे हो. बट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि इफ यू जस्ट लेट इट गो फॉर वंस, बहुत ज्यादा रिलीफ फील होगा. हम इतना कंफर्टेबल हो गए उस पेन के साथ जीना कि हमें पता ही नहीं है व्हाट अ लाइट बॉडी फील्स लाइक.
Yes, yeah, that's absolutely true. Whether you look at Ayurveda, whether you look at even modern sciences, you read anything from Dr. Joe Dispenza, or you read Louise Hay, she talks about heal yourself, right? And heal yourself, what does that mean? She actually has a list of things in the table where she's like, okay, if you're having headaches, or if you're having, constipation, or if you're having this, it's because of X. And it's actually an emotional reason which is causing that pain to you, but you don't realize that. And I used to be like, no, like, I just need a pill, I'll be fine. Then I realized, no, your body tells you, you know, you're gonna fall sick before you even are falling sick. How do you know? Like, your body starts giving you signs that you're gonna be sick, so your body really does know. And that's why forgiveness is so important, because you may think it's for the other person, but the truth is you need to forgive for yourself. Because if you keep holding on to it, when you, even if you take like anything, I have a clip right now in my hand, but if you hold it really tightly, you will see that it's just going to hurt you. The more tightly you hold it, ow, it's actually hurting me, the clip, because I'm holding it so tight. And that's the thing with even anger or frustration or grudges. The tighter you hold on to it, the more it's going to hurt you in the process, and less it's going to affect, the person you're actually holding it against. So you really need to do that, and it's not just for the other person, it's for you. And you can forgive someone, and or forgive a situation, and still not let it continue to hurt you. It doesn't mean that I forgive and forget. Like, it's not like, okay, I'm done now, it's fine. Yeah, why don't you hit me again? Oh, why don't you hit me again? No, it's not about that. Like, you can forgive someone and still not choose to reconnect with that person. Or, you can love people from far away. You can wish them well from far away. But it's way better than letting that negativity again. If you think it's a pattern, then you need to also know where that balance lies for you.
I agree. You reminded of Louise Hay to me, and there's a forgiveness exercise I read in the book. She quoted Emmett Cox exercise, and I think it's the perfect example of how to forgive and not forget. Like, you can forgive the person without even talking to that person, and it's a very beautiful exercise. Everybody listening, like, you can just do it along with me. You just have to close your eyes and imagine you're sitting in a movie theater, and imagine a spotlight coming on the screen. And on that screen, you imagine the person you want to forgive in your life, somebody you hold any anger, any resentment towards. They come to that point spotlight, and then you have to feel that they are getting everything that they can achieve in their life. They are happy, they are being cherished, they are applauded, they're getting all the money in the world, they're getting all the validation in the world. Now, what this does for your mind, how this trick actually works is, your mind, if you visualize it with full conviction, your mind cannot segregate the reality and the visualization. So होता ये है कि तुम्हारे दिमाग में ये आना शुरू होता है कि you are okay with this person being happy. So if you're okay, that means the anger and the resentment is gone. It's faded from your body. So it's a very powerful exercise, and I think first time जब करते हो आपको बहुत weird लगता है. What am I imagining? Especially if you hate someone like very much. But then if you keep doing it for a week, 10 days, you start feeling that resentment going out of your body. And सबको अलग अलग वेज में फील होता है, मुझे भी बहुत डिफरेंट वेज में कभी कभी फील होता है. एंड वन पार्ट दैट आई रियली एड टुवर्ड्स द एंड इज आई देन इमेजिन माई सेल्फ ऑन द स्क्रीन अंडर द स्पॉटलाइट एंड इमेजिन ऑल द ब्यूटिफुल थिंग्स इन द मैनिफेस्टेशंस आई एवर हैव फॉर मी कमिंग ट्रू. सो इट्स लाइक अ ब्यूटिफुल वे टू इवन कल्मिनेट दैट एक्सरसाइज फॉर माई सेल्फ. Forgiveness, I think, is the biggest superpower a human being can have. Selfless होना, किसी की सॉरी मांगे बिना उसको forgive कर लेना, I think it's a big superpower. And we all need to imbibe it. We all need to practice it more and learn it. हम hold करते हैं, I know. मतलब हम बोल देते हैं कई बार कि you know let it go, that person is, but still there's somewhere we're holding on. So I think we have to somewhere learn to detach from it after a point for our own good.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like the whole idea of becoming this peaceful woman, this woman who is not rattled by any of the things that happen to her. She's not reactionary. She is somebody who takes her time. She responds with time. She doesn't react. She doesn't get angry and upset, and her emotions are not ruling her. She's ruling her emotions. And the whole idea of being this woman or being this girl is that you start taking control of your life, because a lot of us feel that control means we try and control other people and we try and change other people. But the truth is, we can't do any of that. We can't. The only thing we can do is control ourselves and take care of ourselves.
Yes.
You can be the woman who walks around, or the man, the woman or the man walks around with peace in their life, who lets go, who doesn't try and justify their actions all the time or ask people to make them feel good, if you learn the art of detachment. And detachment is such an important thing. I have been told by people that I'm very good at detachment, and I'm like, not really. I don't think so. But like people always tell me, Sam, you're very good at detachment, and I think like my expertise in detaching from something, you can care for something and still detach from it. You can care that there are millions of children dying right now in genocide, in other world problems, and I do care. I'm an empath. But as an empath, I also have to remind myself there's only this much I can do. And if I continue to let that rule me, I'm not going to be able to live my life. I'm not going to be able to breathe. I'm going to just be crying in bed all day, you know? And same thing goes with people in your life. You will have an issue with your boss. You will have an issue with your friend. You'll have an issue with your mother, father, your husband. You need to detach for your own mental health, not for other people. It's not about cutting people out. It's about understanding that you can care and love and still take a step back and put yourself first. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I think detachment is, something which is always looked at as a bad thing sometimes. Oh, you don't care enough, you're not attached enough, you should be attached. Oh, I said I'll leave you, you should cry, you should react, you should shout and yell that I'm going to leave you. Like people expect you to want to react. But it's really important to understand that, like, no, you get to decide how you want to live life from every aspect. Before you are a mother, before you are a daughter, before you are a wife, before you are a friend or a girlfriend, whatever, you are you. And then you are all these other things.
Exactly. Wow. You reminded me of someone actually. Detachment ki power I've seen in someone in my, known. So there's like a family friend of ours who's not in a very happy marriage. Like I know that lady is not in a very happy marriage. I know the circumstances unki zindagi mein kya ho raha hai, theek hai? They're not very, but what I see when I meet her, Matlab, Simran, if you meet her, and it's been going on for years now, and what I see and what everybody around me sees, कि जब हम उनसे मिलते हैं ना, her face is glowing. She's always glowing. She's in the best shape of her life. So what I've understood, and when I talk to her, she's always an optimist, even though there are troubles in her life. And I like that because you know what she's learned? She's learned the art of not letting anything that is in the surroundings bother her too much. And I think that's a power. I aspire to have something like that in my life. And I see her and it's like I admire her a lot for this quality. Obviously, I feel yeah, she should, things should settle down for her. Exactly, I'm an empath again, and there's only so much I can do. But then I realized here उन्होंने अपनी जिंदगी में अपने ऊपर क्योंकि usually क्या होता है when something terrible happens you take it on the body सबसे पहले the toll comes on our body, your skin goes dull, your eyes have dark
headaches,
everything,
nights, this is hurting, that is hurting, all those things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and जैसा मैंने उनको देखा है, she has been time and again she reminds me of this power कि यार so hard कि circumstances को अपने आप को rule ना करने देना, but she's done it so easily. Like I admire her so much for this quality, and I think I need to learn this. Everybody listening needs to learn this in their life. And क्योंकि manifestation की एक ही चीज है, manifestation या कुछ भी आपको अपनी life में कुछ भी चाहिए, the one thing that you towards the end is imagine everything, visualize everything, and then detach from it. Then let it go. Then you have to release it.
Absolutely. And this is what I love. People who really understand manifestation understand this last point. Because a lot of people do everything. Exactly. That they'll visualize, they'll put things on the board, they'll pray, they'll chant, they'll do all that crap, and they'll put things on. But what they forget is after they put their visions into the universe, they have to trust that the universe will take care of it.
Yes.
Even if everything around you seems like nothing is going to happen, that's fine. But that's a point where you have to detach from the outcome. You can't constantly every day look at the $1,000 on your wall and be like, kab aayega, 1 million, kab aayega. You can't keep saying that. You have to be like, okay, that's my vision. It's in the back of my mind. It's going to keep guiding me. But I'm going to keep guiding myself forward to get there. And then that's how it will happen. And that's detachment. Because if you don't detach from the idea, you don't detach. We feel as humans we are entitled. I did all this now. I made a vision board. I'm working hard. Why have I not got this? Or
now where is my
result? Or I'm doing so much, my boss doesn't appreciate me. I'm doing this and this is not happening. Or I'm finally giving everything to my partner and they are fighting with me. You always have this thing that why I'm doing everything right and you're still not getting it. But then you have to realize that you can be doing everything in your capacity. But there is something like universe's timing, divine timing, and everything else. And you have to detach. You're not doing... Hindi mein there's a saying, right? Like, कि अगर तुम एक हाथ से दो तो दूसरे हाथ को पता नहीं होना चाहिए, right?
पता ना चलना चाहिए.
Because the whole idea is that if you're doing something, you do it not for everybody else to praise you or be like, oh wow, they did charity. No. You detach. You neki kar darya mein dal. You don't have to think of what is going to happen next. And that's how true things happen. If you keep holding on to it, then you're not really doing it from a good place. You're doing it because you want something.
I think it's the intention. Now we come to the part of intention. And again, wrapping it all up together, I think the more you add these practices of, forgiveness, of meditation, the more centered you become. And the more easy it becomes to be that more morally right person. You don't have to think about bad karma because it will not come to you. Right. Your intention will be clear, your conscience will be clear. So I think that's one way to live life. And I think we both are in this zone right now. Towards entering 30, we are like, nahi yaar, bahut ho gaya. The show is done. But now let's find that footing for ourselves where we also feel like ourselves and just, थोड़ा सा अपने आप को कैसे grounded रखने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. और उसको ढूंढने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि where our ground values are.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
I think this has been a great conversation. If the people listening want us to talk more about this and how to actually become more drama-free and live a more happier, less stressed life, then we could definitely do another episode on this, Isha. So comment for us below and let us know. But it's been lovely talking to you today with all these things, and we will be with you in the next episode. So keep listening, guys.
Keep listening.
Okay. That's a wrap for today's episode of Listen Up with Simran and Isha. Hope you enjoyed the conversation and make sure to like and subscribe for more. Until next time, stay tuned and listen up.